mark, so I will go ahead and welcome everyone to the Apsona for Salesforce feature highlights and demo webinar. If you're new here, we've started a monthly series to bring new and existing Apsona features out into the community, led by our engineering team, and I will just kick things off before we get started and hand things over for the more detailed walkthrough and demo. And I don't have this in my notes, but my name is Aaliyah Walker. I'm on the Apsona marketing team, been with Apsona for about 3 years now, and happy to help put on these educational webinars. For those who may be new to Apsona, we help Salesforce admins and team save hours every week by simplifying reporting, document generation, and data management in Salesforce. Teams choose Apsona because it is an all-in-one toolkit that works directly in Salesforce, and we are proud to have over 250 AppExchange reviews. Next, I'd love to introduce the incredible team joining me today, each playing a key role in shaping your Apsona experience. First, we have Shweta, our product support engineer, and Abhishek, our support lead. And with that, I will hand it over to you, Shweta, to take us over the agenda and get us started. I'll stop sharing.
Thanks, Aliyah. Yeah, thanks, Aliyah, for the introduction. Hi, everyone. I can see a lot of familiar names today. Happy to see you all. Before starting the agenda, hey, hi, Leah. I guess you're the first time here. Yeah. Before starting the agenda, let me share my screen and just give me a heads up once you're able to see that. Yep. Well, before starting the agenda, let me set you the context. Based on our last webinar session and the Apsona hours we conduct, and also the support tickets we get in the past 1 month, we have figured out the 4 features to explain in today's session, which is the most requested one. And interestingly, all these 4 features belongs to our one product, which is Apsona Document Merge. So the first feature is how we can create the document merge button on the Salesforce list page. And second one is how we can add our sub list into our email. These 2 features are going to be taken care by my colleague Abhishek. And the third one is how we can merge the existing documents under the note and attachment into a single PDF. And also the last feature is how we can control the logging options. And we'll also wrap the session by Q&A. So feel free to post all your doubts in our comment session or Q&A section. And
Hey,
without delay, let's start. Over to you, Abhishek.
Yeah, thank you, Shweta. So, do you mind letting me share the screen? Yeah, thank you. Okay, I hope my screen is visible.
Yep.
Great. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome once again. So, the first feature or the product that I'll be discussing today is about creating custom buttons on a Salesforce list page. So for those who have used document and mail merge, you might have come across custom buttons. For those who has not used, so custom buttons gives users power to just run the merge action, which we have the mail merge action, just by clicking on a single button on the Salesforce recorder list view page, and generate the document or send out emails with quick access with just one button. So there are 2 different buttons. One is on the record page and one is on the list view page. So today we'll be discussing about using custom buttons on a Salesforce list page. So using buttons on the Salesforce list page gives users more power. So where they can generate documents for multiple records at a time in just one click or send emails to multiple users at a time. So without further ado, I'll take you to our Apsona dev environment and I will quickly share how we can achieve this. So for today's demo, I'll be using one of our test environment. And keeping the interest of time in mind, I have created few sample reports already because we have covered report generation in our previous feature demos. And I want to keep the focus on the feature that we are discussing today. So I'll be creating a button on the accounts record or the list view page. So I have created an report for the accounts and also a report for opportunity, which acts as the sub list for us. So let's start by creating the merge action. So I'll run this report, which has a few sample set of data that I have used today. So first thing is we'll create a merge action, and that goes with this step. And I'll select document merge, and I'll select a document template, which again I have already added to our system to make things more smoother. So let's say I want a PDF file, and I'll give the name as account name. And I'll click next, and I'll make sure I'll map all the fields that I require. I need the account name, which is in the top level fields. And I'll be using another report that I have already created for opportunity as our sublist. So let me quickly map that. So that's my report that I have already created. So I will map all the fields. There you go. So, and I'll create a linkage. So the linkage just acts as a link between the sub list and the top level report. So I'll be matching account ID with the opportunity account, and I'll just give it a name. Let's say it's a demo. I'll just save and run. So our merge action is created now. Now we'll be looking at how we can create the button. So I'll not be downloading the results. We can do it in the next part where I show how the button works. So this merge action will be saved under settings, merge actions. All the merge actions that we have created on reports or any data source will be saved over here. So I will choose the merge action that I have created now, and I'll click on this make button, and I need to choose the account object on which this button will be placed. So please note that this is where we have to be very careful in selecting the object. This account object will be the source of our top level report always. Like our report should be run on the account object if you want to use the button on the account. If we are running the report on opportunity, we'll be selecting the opportunity as the object over here. And I will select list view, and I'll click generate. This will generate a code which we can simply use in Salesforce to create a button. So now this part is done in Apsona. We have the code. The next part is we need to go to Salesforce setup, where we will place the button on the accounts list view page. For which I'll go to object manager to get the list of all the objects that we have. Now, since we are using account object, I'll go to account object, and we have buttons, links, and actions is where we will get an option to create the button. So I'll click on new button, and I will just get a moment for the page to load. So let's give it a name, and I'll select list view as the place where I will be placing the button, and I'll paste the code over here, which I copied from our Apsona tool. Check syntax to make sure the syntax is correct, and then I'll save this. So now with this, the button is created. The next step would be placing the button where we need it. So as I mentioned in the beginning, we are today using list view buttons. So I'll be placing the button in the list view button layout, for which I'll go to list view button layout. The layout will be displayed with all the buttons that are already there on the layout. I'll click on edit, and I have to make sure I'll move the button that I have created. So I have web feature demo button, which I have added. I'll make sure I move it to the top so we have it visible when we go to the list view. So let's see, I have a lot of buttons. So I'll move to the top. There you go. I have it in the top, and I'll save it now. So with this, we have placed our button in the list view, which has the code in the background, the code for running the merge action. So now let's see, I'll go to the account object in my test org. There is my accounts object. And as you can see, I have the web feature demo button over here. So we can choose the list that we need, and we can add it over here. Let's say someone needs a list of accounts where there were opportunities for the last year. We would have created a list. So we can simply go to that list and select the accounts for which we need to generate the document. We can just select multiple and just click on the button, which will run the merge action. So once I click here, As you can see, the merge action is running in the background and it will give us the document. So with this, I have downloaded the results. It will give us a zip folder because we have selected three different accounts together, and it will have separate files for each record. With this, we have successfully created a button on the list page, which we can use anytime and generate documents in bulk. The major use cases, if we need to generate, for example, invoices for multiple records at a time, we can select multiple records here and click on button on a single click. All the invoices will be generated at once. So with that, we have covered the first feature for today, which is creating button on the list view page. Then I'll move on to the next feature, which is generating email messages with sublists. So for those who have used document and mail merge, you would have generated documents with sublists. That is one top level fields and one table at the bottom, which displays multiple records related to the top level fields. Today, we'll be looking at how we can generate this sublist or table using emails. So when we send out emails using email merge, we have this powerful feature which allows us to send email with sublists or tables related to the top level fields. So I will again get back to my test environment to show how we can do this. So I'm back. I'll go back to Apsona. I'll be using the same report, that's account and the opportunities for this as well. So before running the report, let's create the template first. So I'll go to our Salesforce templates. I'll show how the template looks like for sublists. So in our classic email templates, I'll be creating a new custom template and let's give it a name. I'll just give it a subject as a sample and I'll make it available for use and we can place it in any folder that we require. And I'll click next. I have created a simple template for today. Since this is HTML template, we need to also add template tags. So I've created a sample template over here. This contains the contact name and date amount. As you can see here, I have created table with HTML tags. And here we have the merge field table start donations, which denotes that it's an table name, and then this close date, amount, and table end are the fields inside the table. And then I have also mentioned total amount given, which gives us total of the records in this table. So this is a simple template that I have already created for HTML. I will go ahead and paste this in our HTML body and I'll click next. And I'll save this, which will create the template. So our template is named Feb Feature Demo Template, and it's created now. This is the preview on how the table would look when we generate the email. So now let's see. I'll go to Apsona and we'll see how we can use this email template to send an email with sublists. So the mapping looks very similar. So I'm using the same account list demo report, and I'll go to merge mail and let's create a new one. So since we are using email, I will be choosing email merge option. And now I will choose the template. Let me search for the Feb feature demo. Okay, there we have Feb feature demo template, and I have mapped the email field to email address fields. And we can also add a CC address, and sender will be default current user who is running the merge action. If you want to add another, you need to set up a global email address. When we set up Orgwide email address, we will get that over here. You can choose that as well. The sender is updated and I'll click next to map the fields. Now, as you can see, the layout looks very similar to document and mail merge if you have used it already. If not, I'll just give a quick walkthrough of how this mapping works. So these are the fields in the template, and we will be mapping the data field in our report to the fields in the template. So I have the first name of the contact here, so I'll map that. And the sublist, we will be adding the opportunity report, which is the sublist record. So let me go to opportunity reports for that. And I have an report which is already curated and I'll map the fields. I have the close date and I have the amount which are needed for the table. And I'll be linking this here. So account ID should match the opportunity account, which means all the opportunities that are related to this account will be listed in the sublist. So now that I have that ready, I will, for testing, I will be sending this email to my own email address so that we don't have to go through each and everyone's account email and check. So I'll do it as email merge and I'll save and run. So with this, I have successfully created an email merge action. When we download results, it will simply let us know the status of the merge action. As you can see, 4 merge actions were successful and I should receive email for the same. So as you can see here, I have the email which has the first name and the sublist has successfully fetched the date and the amount of each opportunity related to the account to which we are sending out. If we have any, it will send, and it also has the total. This will automatically aggregate when we use the total function. And with that, we have covered the second feature for today, which is generating email templates, which is generating email with sublists. So with that, I have covered both the two topics. And for the next topic, I'll pass it on to Shweta, who will be walking us through the next feature that we'll be discussing today. Over to you, Shweta.
Thanks, Abhishek. Let me share my screen. Great. Hi again. So the third feature is merging existing Salesforce attachment into a document. Before getting into the features, let me give you the use case and help you to understand what exactly this feature is. Let's say you belongs to education industry and you want to generate student report by the year end, and each of the student report you want to include the information like one document you want to include the health report, health cards, or a marks card details, or your visa details, or any other documents which you already have, right? So in the case, let's say you have this. Okay, let's assume I am taking the account object here. Assume I am a account manager at Apsona and I want to generate the onboarding document. I recently onboarded this specific account. And now the thing is, I have under notes and attachment. In this, I have this signed NDA, pricing agreement, and compliance certificate. So whatever the document which I'm going to generate, I wanted to include these 3 documents in my new document. Let's see how we can do that. Let's move to my Apsona environment. I have already set up a basic report which has account details, account IDs, and the related fields. And I also uploaded my document. You can see this is the document I used. I have a 4 merge fields, which you usually do how like basic merge fields. And I also have this mentioned these 3 documents attached. So let's take a one simple record. I'm selecting one best practice to whenever you are building the new report, best practice to select one single report. You can see that one record is selected. I have already built one basic report. Let me walk you through that. And great. Great. So here I already selected the document and output I'm considering PDF and separate files for each document. And the file name will be account ID. And I have done the basic mapping of the merge field with the fields which I taken in the report. And in the 4th step, we have this new feature called append attachment content. If you enable this and select the object, and if you mention the keywords here, you will able to generate the document with these documents inside that. Now the first question is, let's say Shweta, you have all these 10 PDFs, how I can select the only 3 related PDFs, right? So what we can do, I have named them in such a way that I get the unique keywords here. In this case, I have named as signed NDA Apsona and the client name, right? So I will select the keyword Apsona and I will add it here. And I have enabled and save and run. Let me open the document. This is the body of the document I have generated, and each of them has attached the new document, right? This is how you can attach the notes and document to your new records or a new document. So the next feature is more of a extension of what we have discussed right now. Let's say, Shweta, okay, you have added or you have generated the document and send it to a client. How will I know that we have already sent the emails or documents? If, let's say, I come back after a month, I wanted to see when I sent the document, what was the document I sent, what was the date, how I can track those, how I can use it as a chain log, right? So for that, we have the one more feature. Let's say I'm using the same merge action and clicking on existing, merge. I am not making any changes with the output or a format. I'm considering the same. And in the last step, I have something called logging options. So here what you can do, you can enable this task related to each account and give the task subject. Here I'm giving something like 40. Completed, and status will be completed. And also I want to attach the each generated document as per when and I run the merge action. So I'm clicking enabling this attach each output, selecting the account object, and I'm adding it to my lightning experience. Now I also want to change the status of one of my field in an account record. So for that I am going to select my account status and I want to change the value to email sent or document sent based on your preference. Now, again, I'm save and run. Okay, so the same document will be generated. You can see here, right? Same time, let's go back to our record. Let's see if the attachment has generated here. Yes, you can see the new PDF has been generated. If you preview also, you will be able to see the exact document, right? And let's see how the task has been updated here. In the right side, I have this task list. So you can see that onboarding completed, which I just added using the Apsona feature. And I also updated one of the field, right? Account status. I wanted to change that automatically. So account status has been changed to email sent. This is how you can use the, merging existing Salesforce attachment and its chain log. Well, this is about all our 4 features. And over to you, Alia.
Sorry, I was muted. I turned on my camera and tried to speak. But thank you guys for those awesome demos. I saw some questions come through the Q&A chat, and I'll start top to bottom. I think this question is for Abhishek. Does it matter whether you use a classic email template or a lightning email template in Salesforce?
Yes, Alia, I think I have answered it in the chat. Yes, the classic email templates are fully supported, but with Lightning email templates, although we support, there are some limitations. So we would recommend using classic email templates, which is more reliable and supported.
Awesome. Next question is for the button feature. Could the button be added to the top of the campaign members tab of the campaign to select all or some of the campaign members to run the merge on?
On the list view, yes, we can place the button and select the campaigns on which we need to, campaign members for which we need to run the merge action and send the document. Yes.
Next question, is there documentation available for how to code the merge document slash HTML you used?
Um, since most of the templates are Salesforce templates, so yes, we have documents available on Salesforce on how to create templates using HTML tags, which we can make use. And we will be happy to create a template within Apsona also, which would give more information or insights about how to create templates, and which will be uploaded in our website.
Thank you. For next question, for any merge action, is there any way to send the results file to the Salesforce user, like for data exports, instead of just download results within the pop-up?
Um, the result would, if it's the email merge action, the result would be sent to the creator of that merge action, showing the status of the merge action, if it's success or failed. Yes.
Awesome. Will this webinar be available as a recording? Yes. I'll have it uploaded to our YouTube channel and send the link out with the follow-up email. And there looks like another question. Do you have any plans to allow for selecting templates by folder? It's painful to have to select every available template, both email and document, in a big list, like I saw.
I think that's a great feature to add, I guess. So yes, we can definitely add
Uh,
it to
yes, I would like to answer to that question. Uh, we are building the feature called search while building or select the document during the merge action. So soon we'll launch the features. It's under development. And yeah, we'll inform you once it's live and once it's ready for testing.
I saw a little celebration reaction, so that's great. And I think those were all of our questions. Wow, we finished on time. I love that. So happy to give everyone 2 minutes of their day back, and we will work on the follow-up email and let us know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.